I first came in contact with Mr. Friedman back in 2000 when my son was involved in a car accident. My son was crossing the roadway in an apartment complex from our building to the play center. And as they were crossing, a woman had reversed out of a stall that she wasn't supposed to be in and ended up striking my son. And after they did 5 CT scans on him because they couldn't believe that he didn't have any skull fractures or anything, damage to his brain or anything like that. He was only 2 years old. So after getting him home and seeing that he was okay, it was overwhelming. It was very, very overwhelming to think that I could have lost my son. I didn't know what to do. I had just got divorced. I was raising 3 children of my own. And so the first thing I did was I started looking up attorneys to try to get some help, some support, which I didn't have. At first, I was a little hesitant because a lot of people say, oh, well, you're not supposed to sue and you're just money hungry. But in my eyes, at that time, I could have lost my only son. And I believe that whoever's injured, that they deserve compensation. And, something they can't fix, what's going to be wrong with them, for the rest of their lives. They're going to have to deal with things either psychologically, physically, or otherwise. And, they're due a compensation. They're entitled to it. So I took the step and I called Dr. Daryl Friedman's office. We made an appointment, we set it up, and they were just awesome, very supportive. They met my son. They were real, they just gravitated towards us. It was like family. In April of this year, Kyle was involved in a car accident. Him and his grandfather were coming from a fishing trip in Visalia, and it was about 7 o'clock at night. And as they were driving on a through road, the opposite side had a stop sign. And Kyle explained that as they drove through that intersection part of it, that he's seen the lights of the truck coming at him, and that was all that he remembered. The impact threw him out of the truck.
Took me 3 months to heal. I'm not 100%. I barely started jogging. I fractured 5 ribs, my pelvis, sacrum, punctured my lungs and liver, and broke my left finger. And if it wasn't for my mom or Daryl Friedman, I would just suffer the pain.
It was automatic for me to call Daryl Friedman's office to find out what they can do to help Kyle. And they followed up. They constantly, was checking up on him. How are you doing? We got a home visit. It's just, you feel the family, you feel the gravity, you feel the love. To me, I call it a divine intervention. The first time that I talked to Mr. Friedman when he helped me with my son, that's what it felt like, a divine intervention. I would definitely recommend Daryl Friedman's office and just thank their staff for being so supportive and for being there for us. They went to our home to make sure Kyle was okay. They made phone calls to us to check up on him, and it's just an absolute blessing to have them as part of our lives. They've been with me since 2000, and their names never left my mind. So when something comes up, I always recommend his office, definitely.